This is Charles Carver with Pride Auto Plaza in Wichita, Kansas. This is our 1935 Plymouth four-door sedan. Notice it's got the trunk on the back from the factory. We're on historic Highway 81 just south of Wichita in front of the polo grounds, and unfortunately the traffic's a little heavier than usual today. This is really a nice original car. It's got the suicide doors. It's a very original car. It was purchased from the original owner, an elderly lady, in 1964 by the family that's owned the car since that time. Sometime since 1964, the brother-in-law told me that they had the car repainted, and I asked him how much rust repair and body repair they had to do to the car, and he said absolutely none. The car was solid and straight. The metal was perfect on it. It just had surface rust on it, sanded and refinished. What I would call, I've actually got the paint codes on it. It's a Ditzler light gunmetal gray and dark metal gray. This car technically is called the PJ Deluxe Touring Sedan. The PJ Deluxe Touring Sedan. And that means that it does have the trunk from the factory. It's currently showing 47,000 miles on it, and that is believed to be actual miles. And the motor is a matching numbers motor, still has the original motor, and it probably needs to be tuned up, but basically the motor is sound. See how we can do on starting it. This, of course, old-fashioned setup where it's got just the ignition here and then the starter pedal on the floor. So 3-speed manual transmission on the floor. See how good we can do here. We'll give it a little choke. That's what I wanted. I think this probably has a intake manifold leak or a carburetor gasket leak, because it does run better with the choke, and that indicates it's pulling some air in into the intake setup, so it's probably not getting as much fuel as it would like to have. And of course, back then these manual transmissions were not synchronized, so you do have to double clutch when you're shifting. So if you hear any grinding, that's because I'm not very good at double clutching. I'm kind of out of practice. Hey, that wasn't too bad. Hey, that was perfect. Getting better all the time. Okay, we're up to about 35 miles per hour. Looks like these gauges all do work, except possibly, not sure about the gasoline gauge because it's kind of jumping around. But it is moving, so it may just be that we're real low in gas. I'm not sure about it, but the other gauges seem to be working fine. The amp gauge is moving around. Oil gauge is showing good oil pressure, and heat gauge is showing that the motor is warmed up. And I drove it down here and let it set for quite a while, so it probably is pretty warm. It goes up to 212, and I think it's showing about, trying to read it and drive, but about 160. So basically, mechanically the car seems good. Brakes are okay. It's got hydraulic brakes on it. It's got an emergency brake. They work. Steering is okay. It's not real tight, but probably for a 35 Plymouth, it's typical for that year of a car. When we're used to driving new cars with power steering and all the wonderful features, we forget what it was like on these old cars, and they were really crudely built. They really have improved things a lot, but still these old cars are so cool just for their look and the nostalgia they bring back. Memories to so many people, good memories that is. As you can see, the car has the rollout windshield, which is fantastic today. I get nice air through the windshield. It's also got the vent in front of the windshield, which is up. Got the front windows down. It's about 95 degrees and windy, but the car actually is really nice and breezy inside with all that air flowing through it. Those are actually nice features that you forget about the fact used to be on these old cars years ago. Anyway, this is a car that basically has had 2 owners in its life. The last family owned it since 1964. I got the car because of the owner died in December of this past year, and so his widow's liquidating some of the vehicles that they own. If you're looking for a very nice original car that's never been messed with, never been modified, it's got all the cool stuff on it from the factory. See the cool little Plymouth emblem there on the gauge assembly, and you can see the gauges as I indicated. They all do seem to work except possibly the gasoline. It's reading really low, but it is moving around, so it may be working also. I just couldn't guarantee that one. Car starts and drives good. It's got the hot water heater on it. They had a lot of books that came with this car, including, I believe, the car's original service manual that has some entries in it. I'll get some photographs of that book as well as any of the other books that might be of interest and get them on our website. Check out this car. We've got all the details on our website. Our website is prideautoplaza.com. That's prideautoplaza.com. Hey, even the horn works.